right. I believe we are live, people. It has been a while, but we'll get to all that later. Welcome to episode 10 whoop, whoop, of the One Mic, One Game podcast. Let me get the spiel out of the way here first. This is a podcast that we do the first and third Tuesday of every month whenever I'm able to. Unfortunately, that has not been the case lately, but normally the first and third Tuesday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. This is a podcast where we come up with a topic and we interact with watchers, chatters, and hopefully callers like you, where you call in, you put in your input, and we kind of have a little discussion about it. Also, during this episode, we're going to be discussing games that I've played since the last episode, which is about a month ago. And I haven't had any new acquisitions, so we're not even going to discuss that. But getting to the topic of this week's... I'm already getting chats here. I'll come back to that in a moment. Coming back to the topic of this episode 10, this is a milestone, especially for me, if you know the inside joke that I've only ever had one video on my channel for years. But this is going to be that one budget game that delivers absurd value. I probably shouldn't have used the term budget, but we're going to... You interpret that however you want. I think I was initially thinking because the previous episode we were discussing, I think it was like, I don't even remember what it was. It was something to have, I think like games that you got rid of that like blew up in price or something like that. So I figured let's do one where the entry point, money-wise, really isn't that high. Now, budget game could mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Most of my games, and I may have a few, I always come up with like a few to kind of keep the discussion going until a phone call comes in, which I'll be popping the number up here in a second. I just want to get some things out of the way. Budget could mean anything. It could mean $20, could mean $120. You may think of budget or absurd value as number of times you actually played the game and not necessarily how much it costs or cost per person per hour of playing a game. That could like throw it way off with like people that play TI4 every weekend with, full player count. That could be absurd value, really. But anyway, like I said, it's been about a month since I streamed last. Life throws weird curveballs at you. I'm sure one of those times I meant to stream, I just wasn't feeling it. I was having technical issues. Other things that have been going on. My wife landed a new job, and she was in New Orleans for about 3 weeks for training. And one of the weeks, which I think was this past week, I flew out there to surprise her. She was staying with some friends of ours, and I flew out there to surprise her. And she was very surprised, and we had a good time, and I actually did get some games played, games I haven't played in a while. But, just life in general gets in the way. I'm going to attempt to make up for it and maybe do a few streams a few weeks in a row. Whether that works out or not, who knows? I mean, life, like I said, throws curveballs all the time at everyone. So try not to beat up on me too much regarding that. But let's get the phone number up there. Feel free to call in whenever you want. Again, I say the same thing every time, and I'm not looking for your life story. But, let's keep the conversation brief and to the point, to the topic, which is... Again, I got to look it up. That one budget game that delivers absurd value. It's been a while since I've done this, so I might be a little rusty here. But anyway, the dial-in number is 564-333-9433. That's 564-333-9433. And let's get the episode started with my first pick here. This is the most I think it is the most recent acquisition that I got, and I might have mentioned it on a show previously or whatever. But anyway, this is going to be, let's pull up the website here like we always do. This is going to be The Gang. This is a new, I would consider it a party game. This is a 2024 game. I'm going to start doing this, which I haven't done. A lot of podcasters do. It was designed by John Cooper and Corey Heath, and the artist was Fior GmbH, which I think is a corporation, like a German corporation that does artwork for all sorts of things. But anyway, The Gang. I picked this up recently for, and please let me know if I can tell by Wayne is in the chat already and he's chatting it up. I was going to say, let me know if you can hear me and if my audio is okay, but I think Wayne has confirmed that. And in fact, we're going to pop up his chat here. He says the ratio of cost plus depth plus gameplay plus components equals budget/value. It's a simple quadratic equation. I would agree with that. Thank you, Wayne. Maybe you'll call in. Who knows? Wayne does call in on occasion. But anyway, let's get back to the game at hand, which is The Gang. Currently, it plays from 3 to 6 players, but I think they're coming out with an expansion next month or sometime this year. I know they're coming out with an expansion that expands it to 10 players, and I think it adds like a few new positive effects and a few new negative effects, and there might have a new way of playing. But anyway, let me explain the game here. The Gang is it's a cooperative gang or a cooperative game where you and your fellow bank robbers are trying to break into a safe. And I could get some of this wrong, but you're trying to break into a safe, and you are basically playing. I forget the card game name. It's basically Texas Hold'em. Jesus, my mind is shot. I'm not even ready for this. But anyway, you are all playing Texas Hold'em, and there are chips. You're going to go through 4 different rounds typically. And depending on how many players are out there, there's going to be chips with that many stars on it. So if we were playing with 4 players, there'd be chips with 1 through 4. With 1, 2, 3, 4 stars on each chip. So each person is going to get dealt 2 cards, typical Texas Hold'em. You're going to look at your cards, and without talking, what you're trying to do is you are trying to gauge how good or bad your hand is during the first round and second, third, fourth, etc. So, let's say I got dealt, I don't know, a 7 and a 2. That's a pretty poor hand or starting hand. Really can't do much with that, even with a full river out. So I would probably take the 1 or the 1-star chip. And again, you can't say anything. And if you think yours is worse than the next person, you can reach and grab for their chip and you could say, no, mine is worse than yours. I can almost guarantee it. Or if you got dealt a pair of aces, obviously you're going to be grabbing the highest star. So anyway, then the river comes out. So another 3 cards have been dealt out, and you do the same thing over again with the chips. And you do that 4 times until you have like the 5 cards in the river. And the river is obviously everybody else's hand. So you're trying to gauge as the game is going on each round. If you've had a crappy hand and all of a sudden at the end you've got like you're grabbing for the 6-star or the 5-star or 4-star, however many players there are, something major occurred, during that last card drop. And it takes a little bit of, if you know cards, it's great. If you don't know cards, it makes it even more interesting, in my opinion, because you're trying to understand if the other person understands how to play and what strategies are, etc. But anyway, when you get to the last round, in the order of chips, you are going to show your hand. And if you get them all in order from worst to best, then you have made it past the first level of breaking the safe. So there's going to be 3 successes and 3 failure cards. And whichever one hits 3 first will determine if everybody has won or lost the game. So If you hit it, perfect. You flip over to the first success card, and then an effect card is drawn. And this is the tougher way of playing, but an effect card gets flipped over. And if you've had a success, the card will make the next round a little bit harder. So it may say you're not going to play the first out of the 4 rounds. So it kind of like takes a little bit of information away from you. If you fail, then it makes the next round a little bit easier for everybody. So it may be one person in your group may look at another person's hand or something to that. I'm making these up. I'm not even sure if these are in the game. But anyway, I was introduced to this game at Dice Tower West, and this game was so much fun. Like when I read about this game initially, I had zero interest in this game. And then when I actually, a friend from another year, Dice Tower West, they called me over, hey, jump in this game with us. I was like, all right, whatever. And man, it was so much fun. And this game was like in Washington, this game was like $17. So, I would bring this everywhere with me personally. I would bring this everywhere where I know I'm going to have a good group size, and we may need to, even if you're only playing a few rounds, not necessarily completing the break-in of the safe, but I would totally bring this with me everywhere just to even show it to people and get them excited about it, because I think it's a great game personally. I think the value is like way up there. So that was my first choice. I really didn't go through many of the pictures here. There's some people in a car. So anyway, if you know Texas Hold'em, here's the chips that we were discussing, the 1 through whatever. So there must be 5 people playing here, so you can see. And then there's like a dark side of one of the chips, and I think that's if you take that chip, like one of the things that make it harder in that game is if you take the black side of the chip, nobody else can take it from you once somebody is taking it, or something like that. It can't exchange hands once it's been taken. So anyway, that was my number 1 choice there. And let's go to the chat here real quick and see what's going on. Wayne in here. Wayne said that he won a copy of The Gang in a contest and played it a few times. Really fun, mostly at 4. I need to play it at 6. You definitely need to play it at 6 because, in my opinion, the more people you add, the more chaotic it gets. And if you don't care for chaotic games, maybe it's not going to be for you. But I enjoy chaos where you and another person could be seeing eye to eye, and the rest of the people at the table are like, they're totally off on everything. But Wayne, I would recommend playing this at a full player count if you can. And let's see here. We got, Rob is in here. Nice. Really like The Gang. Played for the first time about a week ago. Need to get me a copy of it. Absolutely, man. Totally agree with you on that one. Okay, so that was my first one. Again, let's make this a call-in show. But first, if you're watching, even if we're not live and you're watching, give this video a thumbs up and let's see what's going on with that. Okay, well, hold on a second. We got a chat in here. This is from Beep Bop Boop 34648. Hi, what range would you consider a budget option? I recently got a BattleTech box set, and I think it's great so far. I have a feeling I may know who this is, but I may not. But anyway, BattleTech, I've never played it before, but I said at the beginning of the show, budget is 100% up to you. You could look at it like even like TI4. If you're playing it with a bunch of people and you play it every single weekend and you consider budget price per person per hour, that's probably a good budget game. I'm taking the approach of low cost between like the 20, under 20 to under 30 is kind of like pushing it, but under 20 is kind of where I'm trying to stay. But you interpret it however you want. 34648, beep bop boop. And once again, let's mention the phone number, and hopefully we'll make this a call-in show. The number to dial in is 564-333-9433, 564-333-9433. And I'm going to get to my second choice here. I was debating on mentioning this one because I haven't played it a lot, but you hear it talked about so dang much, you can't deny it. So the next one is going to be, and if you're out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to say For Sale is a big time bang for your buck, dollar per play, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be high bang for your buck. So For Sale, this is a 1997 title. The designer is Stefan Dora, and it has a bunch of artists, but the first one listed is Oscar Aguado. And this one, let's take a peek at the prices here. Oh, I mean, look at this, like new, $15. Even if you're not buying it new, that's totally cool. I prefer it that way. That makes it even more of a bang for your buck. So at least one in here. Oh, they got a like new for $40. That guy's on crack. Anyway, For Sale, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. This game is Tech Trader. Oh, interesting. I'm going to try and remember how. I'm probably going to butcher this game, but anyway, I know that there's 2 rounds. You have a set amount of money, I believe, and you are purchasing homes as they come out. And there's different values for the homes, and it could be everything from literally a cardboard box to, is there a home on the moon or something, like some ridiculous home. And once you purchase all the homes, then you're trying to sell them back, and whoever has the most money is the winner. I think, if I'm remembering it right. Anyway, that's the gist of the game. But the few times that I've played this, every time I play it, I'm like, man, I got to buy this game because it's one of those. It's another one of those games. It's small. You can take it with you pretty much anywhere. You can teach it really quick, and you can get a game played, within 20 to 30 minutes, even with the teach, I believe. So probably a lot sooner than that. But anyway, this is one that I need to add to. Oh, I guess somebody did a Gran Turismo version. Okay, sure. I guess you could use it for anything, spaceships, bicycles, whatever. Anyway, For Sale, that is my second choice. I'm not going to spend too much time on that because I don't want to sound like an idiot. Anyway, let's go back to the chats here. 34648 said, gotcha. Thanks for the info. Anytime, brother or sister. Wayne is in the chat again. He's saying Sushi Go from Praise be. Drafting and set collection at its pure and a perfect small game for cheap. I would agree with that. Sushi Go would probably be on my short list. Sushi Go Party is worth the extra money only because you can swap out like the desserts and the sides or whatever, the entrees or whatever they call them in that. So I would agree with that. And then Wayne also says in here that For Sale was on his short list. Yes. Well, thank you for agreeing with me, Wayne. Wayne, there's a number, going across the bottom there. You feel free to call anytime you want. And we've got Cody in the chat here. And I knew I was going to get this. I should not have said budget. What's the cutoff? $20 or less or 30? It's whatever you think, Cody. Me personally, I'm trying to stick around the $20 mark. I might go over with a couple of my choices here, but whatever you feel. I keep mentioning TI4. If you're playing full player count of TI4 every single weekend and you count budget as per player per hour, that's a budget game, man, if you're playing it every weekend. So feel free to call in, Cody, and Robert Chill's giving a praise be in there as well. And if you're watching this, subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. It's not going to cost you anything. It's free. It helps me out, helps you out. And we're going to go to, this is going to be a short show, people. I'm only 20 minutes in, and I'm already at my third. I usually only do three picks of my own with maybe a couple of honorable mentions in here. But this is going to be a quick one. And my last, like, honest or real legitimate pick is going to be Lost Cities. This one is a 1999 title and done by designers Dr. Knizia and Vincent Dutray and a number of other artists that are mentioned, but you know, Dutray is the main guy there. Looking at prices for this one, I mean, everything listed here in the geek market, with most of these being in the US, are well below $20. 15 looks to be the ceiling right here, with even a couple of $8. $8, man, you can't beat that. So this is a two-player competitive game that will try your friendship, your marriage, whatever kind of relationship you have with the other person. This will try that 100%. Lost Cities is it's a game where you're going on expeditions, and you are going to, there's I'm going to bring this up so you can see it a little bit better, but you can play with either 5 different expeditions or 6. I normally like to play 6, but I watched a review, or not a review, it was like a top 10, it might have been Dice Tower, top 10 best 2-player games or whatever. And this was somebody on probably all of their lists. And I think it was Z that said that he prefers this at 5 expeditions because it tightens up the game. He thinks that 6 is a little bit too wishy-washy with only 2 players, and it is a 2-player only game. But anyway, expedition, there's going to be a stack of cards with each expedition being numbered 1 through 10, and then you're also going to have, I think they're called cooperative cards, or they're basically multiplier cards, 3 for each expedition. You're going to deal out 8 cards to each player, and then the typical, or the round of play would be you are going to either play a card, like you're going to start an expedition, so you would play a card in front of the expedition middle row there, or you're going to discard a card into that expedition, whatever the color matches. So a red expedition card would go into on top of the red expedition spot, and then you're going to either draw from the pile, or you're going to pick up another card from another expedition spot. So you can't place your card and then pick up your same card. When you're placing your cards in the expedition, like when you're actually going on the expedition, you are only allowed to go in ascending order. You can skip numbers, but you can only go in ascending order. So you can see here, like green is 5, 6, 7. You can start with whatever number you want, but again, you can only go up from there. Once the draw pile has been, once the last card has been picked up from the draw pile, the round ends immediately. There's 3 rounds total, and then you're going to tally up your score. So the way that you tally up your score is each expedition costs money to go on. So if you started an expedition, it costs $20 or 20 points to start that expedition. You're going to take the sum of the cards in front of you and subtract 20 from that. And then if there's a multiplier, I'm trying to find a multiplier card here just so that you can see it looks like 2 hands shaking. This looks like an older version here, but you can see that on the blue one here and the white one here, there's 2 hands shaking. So your first card would be ×2, next one would be ×3, and then ×4. If you have negative cards, or if you have negative points, so let's say you only had 18 points on the numbers, and then you subtract 20, well, you've got -2. And if you had, say your 3 multipliers out there for a ×4, you would get -8 points for that particular expedition. The other thing is, if you have 8 or more cards in front of you for that expedition, I think you get a bonus 15 points on top of once you've like tallied up the points and you've done the multiplier, then I think you get an additional 15 points or an additional 20 points. I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, you go through 3 rounds like that, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the game is the winner. I love this game because it is very, it's hard to mitigate sometimes what you have when you're first starting the game, because you have no idea what's in the other player's hands, because what ends up happening a lot is you may have a high numbered card for an expedition that the other person has already started, and you're like, I don't want to discard this card. So sometimes toward the end of that round, you've got like most of your hand is high numbered cards that the other person would really want. And then what also happens is like if you're the person waiting for specific cards to drop or trying to go through the deck to pull them up, the other person may have them and you're just waiting and it's never going to drop. So you could be playing, let's just say for argument's sake, you're playing your white expedition and you're waiting for the number 5 to show up because you've got, let's say you have 6 or 7, 8, 9 in your hand and you're waiting for either a 5 or a 6 to drop. And then it starts getting close to the end of the round, and you're like, screw it, I'm just going to play the 7. And then, of course, the next card that somebody puts down would be either like the 5 or the 6, the one that you've been waiting for. So when they say that this game will test your relationship with the other person, I'm kind of giving away what I played this past week. I played this a few times when I was in New Orleans with our friend there, and she was pissed off by not really pissed off, but she was kind of upset by the end of the first round. This was her first time playing, or first game, where she was like, God damn it, you're holding on to that card, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that is my number 3. And this is not going to be much of a call-in show. A couple of my, I'll just mention this here. Let's mention this again. The call-in number, people, it's ticking down there. It is 564-333-9433, 564-333-9433. No new chats in here other than Rob saying that. I think he was saying that about the game, about Lost Cities that I was talking about. He said one of my all-time favorite 2-player games. It's a good one. It's up there because I don't think it takes much to teach it. And if you only want to play 2 rounds or, whatever, you can always do that and cut it short. But one of my favorite 2-player games also. So anyway, a couple of quick... we're getting a call here. Let's see who we have on the line. Thanks for calling the One Mic, One Game podcast. Who do we have and where are you calling from?
Well, hey, Mike, first-time caller, long-time lover. It's Rob from Tampa.
Long-time lover? Hey, now.
Lover
all right, that's what I'm talking about.
And everything you do. I'm a lover, not a hater.
I love it, man. I love it. So, Rob, so those that are listening or watching right now, Rob is part of the Beans and Dice podcast. They also do a call-in show every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern? Or
9 to 11 Eastern.
9 to 11 Eastern, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I used to frequent that show. They've been doing it for freaking years. I think they may have missed one weekend in like 5 years or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, we've got a handful in like 5 or 6 years we've missed. But we miss about one a year maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, Rob, hopefully you're calling to contribute to the topic of the night.
I am.
All right, let's hear it. Let's see what you got.
Absolutely. Well, I was going through my collection while you were talking. I was listening, and I wanted to make sure you got your 3 out there so that I didn't steal any of your thunder. But okay. I was looking at my collection, and I've got one bigger multiplayer game, and then I've got one 2-player game that I want to throw out there.
Okay, let's do it.
Let me start with 2-player. 2-player, I think for me has to be Hanamakoji. I haven't gone online and looked to see how much that game costs or how much it's going for these days. They've got a nice fancy deluxe version that I actually got not too long ago, but they've got just the small box plain version that I've had for, 10 years now. And I've gotten so much play out of this game. I can't even remember who taught me. This may be one that you taught me at some point.
No, you taught me and
Did I?
Dan.
Okay. Yeah, I know I taught Dan because I remember he picked it up afterwards and liked it a lot. And man, I played this game. I've taught it to so many different people. My kids love it. So we played it so much around the house.
Yep.
And for a 2-player game, like I say, I don't know what it's going for these days, but
I
for a
was just
2-player,
looking here on the geek market, like under like $15 was
there you go.
like your typical price for it, and that's surprising considering they stopped making this for a while, and then they
Yeah.
went back to manufacturing it, and there's reasons behind that. But anyway, keep going, man. Let's hear what you got.
Well, that was it. I'll try to explain it a little bit. I'll probably botch it a little bit, but it's a 2-player game. Each player has 4 actions that they have to do, and you take turns taking the actions. And so you've got these little tokens out in front of you.
Yep.
And one of the actions is you draw 4 cards from your hand, or I'm sorry, 3 cards from your hand, and you lay them out. And your opponent's kind of an eye split. You choose. Well, not really. It's you take one, I get the other 2. So you lay them out there. Your opponent gets to choose any one of the 3 cards that they want, and they take that card and put it on their side of the table, and then you get the other 2 that weren't taken. One of the other actions is that you choose, it's 4 cards, and here's the I cut you choose. You split them into 2 groups of 2. Your opponent gets to take one, and then you get the leftover pair of them. The other 2 is there's an option to save a card that doesn't get revealed until the end of the game. So you kind of put it aside face down,
Right.
and it's one that's locked in. You don't ever lose that one, so you know that you've got that one locked in. And then the last option is to just burn 2 cards from your hand out of the game. And so what you're trying to do is you've got a row of geishas in front of you or between you and your opponent. And they range from, I believe it's 3 to 5, 3,
Yep.
4, 5. Okay.
Or
And
from 2 to 5. 2 to 5.
2 to 5. I was gonna say, it seems like I'm missing a number in the range there. 2 to 5. There we go. And so you're played as you play these cards. The 2 geisha has exactly 2 copies of her in the main deck.
Yep.
And the 3s, there's a couple of 3s. The 3s have 3 copies of them, and they're all different colors. They're color coded. And so as you win these cards by the different means, you will place them in front of you, in front of the geisha that's the color of your card that you just played. And so it's kind of maybe a lane battler. You could kind of compare it to a little bit.
I would
But
agree
you're
with
trying
that.
to win more of the lanes. And so there's 2 victory conditions at the end of any round. If you have the favor of 4 of the geishas, meaning that you have the majority of that numbered geisha on your side, because you'll go down at the end and kind of score them from end to end, usually from smallest to largest.
Mhm.
But if you have 4 of them on your side, you win the game. If you have a total of, let's see, it's 5,
I
6,
think it's
7,
11.
8. Yeah, I would say it's probably 11. I think it is.
Yeah.
So if you have 11 or more points, then that's the other win condition that you can win. And it happens, if one person has 4 geishas and the other person has the 11 points, I believe it's the 11 points that beats the 4 geishas, but there is a tiebreaker in there that one of them beats the other one. So,
I've never
but
had
just
that happen with me in any of
yeah,
my
I've had
plays.
it happen just once or twice. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
rare, but and then if nobody wins, then you have little favor tokens that you slide either towards you or towards your opponent.
Yep.
And if nobody has one of those win conditions at the end of the round, you shuffle up the deck, you do the whole thing again, but you leave the favor where they were at the end of the round before.
Right.
So for the opponent then to slide it to their favor, to their side, they have to beat you. So now ties are good for you in any of the geishas that you already have the favor of, because the tie stays with you, and then you're just focused on either winning some from your opponent, or if there were any that were pushes that were ties in the first round, they would stay kind of neutral, and you're just trying to win those over. So it's a fun little mind game. What they do with just some cards and those 4 actions. There is an expansion to it. I've only played it once that adds other actions that you can do.
Oh, really?
You kind
I
of
didn't
swap
know
up.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, you swap them out with the 4 actions that are in the game, and they do 4 other different things. So, and then you can mix and match them. But yeah,
Okay.
it's yeah. Again, for the number of people I've taught the game to, and for the number of people I've seen that after I've taught it, they continue to play it. They pick up a copy. That one really is a budget game that I think knocks it out of the park.
I totally forgot about this game. This probably would have been in my top 3 if I remembered it. And
Okay.
so thank you for reminding me, because this is one of my favorite 2-player games, and it doesn't get to the tables nearly as much as I would like it to. But yeah, thank you for reminding me on this one. So you also said you had a bigger one.
Oh, bigger one. Yeah, I'll try to be a little shorter on this one, but
That's
this
all right.
one is super mass market game now. It's blown up here in the last couple of years, and that's Flip 7. I was actually gifted a copy of Flip 7 from our buddy Carlos, also from the Beans and Dice podcast, Beans and Dice group.
He's the beans side. Yep.
The beans, yep, me the dice guy. But he gave me a copy of this. He really turned onto this game early. I'm not sure exactly where he heard of it, but he introduced a whole bunch of people in our gaming group here in the Tampa area to it. And I've been able to take this game. He gifted me a copy of it, but I know he was picking them up by the handful. I think he had 6 or 7 or 8 copies.
Selling stores out, man. It was Carlos. They see Carlos coming, they start hiding the copies to give other people a chance.
Put them away. Yeah. Here he comes. But yeah, this game's just so simple. It's just cards numbered from 1 to 12, and I'm sorry, there actually is a 0 in there as well. But there's 1 0, there's 1 1, there's 2 2s, 3 3s, 4 4s. So the number of cards in the deck matches the number on it. And basically, it's just a game that you're trying not to bust. So the dealer deals everybody a card face up, and then you start going back around in clockwise order. Each person can either freeze and stay where they are and just take the number of points that they have in front of them to score towards the end of the game, or you can take a card. If you take a card and it matches the number of a card that you already have up in front of you, you bust and you're out of the rest of the round. And so you just play round after round of this until somebody hits, I believe it's 200 points.
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit since I played. But then there's some cards in there that put the game on its head. There's a flip 3 card. So if somebody plays a flip or gets to the flip 3, they have to choose somebody. It could be themselves or it could be anybody else at the table who has to take 3 consecutive cards. And they have to take those and again and not bust. So you're trying to bust people by making them take 3.
Yep.
There's a freeze card where you can freeze somebody that they get the points that they have and they're just done for the rest of the round, so they don't get to keep playing. There's a second chance card that if you get that, you leave it in front of you until you bust the first time, and then instead of busting, you can play get rid of the second chance and keep playing.
Yep.
But this game, I've taught my family this game. I've taught people who don't play games this game. It's just a deck of cards, so really much like Lost Cities, which is one of my favorite. You mentioned already one of my favorite 2-player games of all time. But Flip 7 is a game. It's just a deck of cards. You can put it in your pocket. You can put it in your travel bag.
Yeah.
And you can teach this game in just a couple of minutes and get people playing. So another one, a cheap, inexpensive game. You can get them at Walmart now for $10, $15.
Yeah.
And you can play the heck out of this thing.
This is really good. And it's like you said, I mean, you can play with how many? I don't even know how many people you can play. You can put 2 decks together if you wanted to and play with like 20 people or whatever.
It says on the box 3+. There's no top end. So I'm looking at it right now. Yep. So you just keep going.
Yep. This is a good one, man. I don't know why I forgot about this one. But this is another great one on the list. And they also have what do they call it? Yeah, Flip 7 with a Vengeance. Which I've played, and unless the people playing don't mind a lot of, you're sticking it to them, it's probably not a good game to bring to people that don't care for that type of game. But it's a lot of a lot of it, more so.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to play that one yet, but that's what I've heard. Is they've added a lot of those special cards in there that allow you to steal cards from each other or do some evil things to each other. So you have to have the right crowd. I think our group would love it, but yeah, you're right. If I was playing with the family or introducing it to somebody else's family, I probably would stick with the base version at least for a little while till I know what kind of gamers they are. So
not a winner for that group. Yeah, I totally agree, man.
Exactly.
Awesome, dude. Well,
yeah. Well,
you got any more for us, or is that going to be it?
I think that's it. It's like I say, I was combing through my collection. I was going up and down and trying to find the 2. And again, I thought Flip 7 is a little more mass market than the games I normally play. I normally play, bigger games and a little more complex games. But man, to have a good game like that, to just to be able to pull out and play it with however many people, 3+. So, I mean, I've played it with 7 or 8, and it's just as good as playing it with 3 or 4 people. So, but
agreed.
Yeah, that's it. I appreciate what you're doing. Keep up the good work. I'm gonna try to tune in more often. I've got a couple episodes, but I've with our Thursday night thing going on and 3 kids, life, like you say, life gets in the way. It does things, but
it does,
I'm going to try to be more regular.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you calling in, making it a call-in show, and I hope to hear from you again. I'll be watching your show too. You know, I jump on there every now and then whenever I can. But
You're regular on there.
I try to be. You know, I don't know.
Oh yeah. We love having you on, and I can't wait to see you again somewhere along the line to get some more games played.
Yeah, that would be great, man. All right, enjoy Dice Tower East. You guys are going.
I will next week. Looking forward to it.
All right, man. Talk to you then.
Thanks, Mike.
See ya. Awesome. We got our first caller of the night. That was Rob, a good guy that I am friends with, gamed with many times. He was part of or is part of Beans and Dice group. When I used to be out there, we would get together pretty regularly. So anyway, the phone line is back to being open. Let's go. Oh, all right, man. We're already getting another call. Thanks for calling the One Mic, One Game podcast. Who do we have on the phone, and where are you calling from?
Hey, Mike, it's Wayne.
It's Wayne from Florida. Yeah. How's it going, man?
Rob. Good, man. Rob beat me to it.
Yeah.
I was calling and it went to voicemail.
He beat you to it, man. So, we've got some budget games that give unbelievable value. Which games do you have for me, man?
So, I have two.
Okay.
But cool. So, every game we've talked about tonight has been a card game.
It seems that way. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, so I have two that are not card games.
Sweet.
Or that are ridiculous budget, but also ridiculously good games.
Okay.
So let's go for the first one, The Quest for El Dorado.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Renner Knizia game, vintage trade art, deck building, adventure, and it's got,
also a racing
map
game.
Boards, racing game.
Yep.
And you can get it for under $30 regularly.
Oh, is
right
it
now
that
it's on
cheap
sale on
now?
Amazon. Yeah, right now it's on Amazon for like $27.
Ooh, I might have to pick up I had this and sold it because it never hit the table, and now that you're reminding me about it, I might have to buy it again.
We actually talked about it because I played it at the game day the other week and talked about it on the show. And Carlos was like, "How do I not know about this game?" I'm like, "Oh, it's really good." And I messaged him today, "Hey, it's on Amazon Prime for $27.99." He's like, "Damn you!"
Hold on, Carlos has never heard of this game?
He had never heard of it, and so when we explained it to him, he's like, "This sounds great." I'm like, "This is right up your alley. It's a racing game, it's a deck building game, and it's family friendly."
Oh my gosh, that's funny that he's never heard of it. But yes, this is a great game, man. Good choice.
Yeah, so I figured a nice, not big box game, but a bigger box game that's more than just cards.
Right.
Those are cards in the game, but this was a good one. So
absolutely.
I might be buying my own copy right now, actually.
Nice.
So,
yeah, and a 7.7. I mean, that's a pretty high score. Yeah.
Yep. Renner Knizia game, and there's a bunch of expansions that you can track down. So it's expandable, but the base game itself comes with like a bunch of different iterations of the map. So
yeah,
pretty easy to play.
And they just redid the art also not that long ago. So killer. Yeah, this is a good one, man. Awesome. You got a second one for us?
Yes, my second one is it's not really highly underrated because it's the top 500 overall, like on BDG, but it is crazy cheap and even crazier cheap now. When it first came out, it was like $25. Now you can get it for like 15 on Amazon. And it has ridiculously good gameplay, and it's Pan Am.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Because not only is it cheap, but it's actually got really good production value. The board is nice. It's got little plastic miniatures for the planes.
Yeah.
Basically, you're playing smaller airlines in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and you're building out your routes a la Ticket to Ride. It's very actually similar to older games from that predate Ticket to Ride called Union Pacific and Airlines Europe. It has some of the same mechanisms, but you're building routes, building planes, playing cards to build routes, but then you want to try to get your airlines sold to Pan Am to make money. You make money, you win the game. But like I said, when this game came out, it had little plastic miniatures. It came out like right around COVID, which is probably why it was pretty cheap. And they obviously produced a bazillion copies because you can get them today for $15. Prospero Hall game. I really enjoy it. Such a great game for like $15-$20. It is complex, but not super complex. It has great components. And so this is a good game to look at that. If you're talking about the gameplay to value, you can't really, I don't think you can beat this one.
Yeah, the funny thing about this is, I mean, with it especially being a Funko Pop game, a lot of the, from my understanding, from what I understand, a lot of the developers for Funko lived here in Seattle, and it
Prospero
was,
Hall. Yeah.
and it was just like all of a sudden, boom, they just disappeared. Like they stopped doing board games, and they did some good, like this especially is a good one. I think they did another one. I know it sounds kind of great. The Texas Chainsaw
Horrified.
Massacre one,
Yep.
Horrified, like all these great games that were mass market, but
Mhm.
I don't understand how they didn't keep this going, because it seemed like it was getting in front of people, and people were raving about these games a lot. So,
Yep. Disney Villainous is another one from the from the
oh,
Prospero
did they
Hall
do
folks.
that? I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, this one's
Yeah.
7.5, right before the
It's
right before the
yeah.
pandemic.
If you've never played it, it's a great game, and
I
you can buy a copy on Amazon for $15 right now.
I have a copy, and I still haven't played
Okay,
it
good.
yet. I got to
Oh,
find a
really?
way.
It is. It's a good game.
Yeah, this one I've tried to get to the table a couple of times, and I know it's not the hardest game to learn, but I just never
Nope.
got the rules down enough where I felt comfortable teaching it to people that really didn't game per se.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah, but talking about it, this is going to make me want to break it out and get it going. Yeah, the artwork and I mean, this is really just a gorgeous production game.
Right, and like for the production value, I mean, is it an amazing game? No. Is it a
No.
very, very good game? Yes.
Yeah.
Great, good to great. But for like the $15 to $25 for the production, the art, the board, the plastic pieces,
Yeah.
you don't see the games. If that game came out today, it'd be like a $60 or $70 game.
Most likely, yeah, with the way production
You know?
is now.
Yeah.
The cost
Yeah,
for
and that's why I said,
production.
like, between El Dorado and Pan Am, you can still get them very cheap. And I think it's like with the price of games now, you can find some of these older games that have been out for a few years
Yeah.
that are cheap, under
Agreed.
$30, under $40, that have crazy good gameplay. That match anything today, and the value that you're spending is like nothing.
Yeah. And even if you look on the used market, I mean, I'm sure there are people, I mean, I see more nowadays people just like getting rid of gobs of games in like one go on Facebook. And
Yep.
I see this all the time going for like $10, and it hasn't even
Yep.
been opened, or just it was opened and never played, or, so there are good deals to be had out there for this. Yeah, definitely.
So there you go. There's my two that because I wanted to call and give those in, because I mean, I love all the card games, and every game that's been mentioned is great, but like just want to make sure that people realize that, like, just because to get value, it doesn't have to be just a card game. You can get some good board games that
Agreed.
have,
Agreed.
games that have pieces and that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, right. Good production value. Yeah, this was an excellent choice, man. Like I said, talking about it makes me want to get it to the table now. So hopefully that'll happen soon.
nice.
Awesome, brother.
There you go.
You're going to Dice Tower East, right?
Yeah, I am. Yes.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys have a good time. I'm gonna miss not being there with you. I kept looking at flights, like even up to last week. I was thinking, man, maybe I can make the flight happen. It was like $600 to fly out there. I was like, no.
Yeah, it's a little pricey. Yeah,
A
especially
little
with the way it
pricey.
is, right? The World Cup going on right now. Last minute flights are getting pricey.
Yeah,
So.
true. So you guys enjoy yourself, and I hope you have a great time, man. I hope you get a lot of games in, and I look forward to listening about it on your guys' show. Also, Wayne is a big part of the Beans and Dice crew over there as well. So I hope to hear about all the gameplays you got in.
Sounds good, man. Have a good night.
Awesome. See ya. Sweet. Got 2 callers. Imagine that. All right. So thank you, Wayne, for calling in and giving a couple of great ones in there. Let's hit the chat here. And let's see here. Rob is saying Pan Am, great choice. I haven't played it in a while, but really like it. Yeah, man, I got to get this. I don't know what the mental block is for me. Not getting the rules down for whatever reason. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that hard of a game, but really looking forward to it. And okay, anything else going on in the chat? No. Okay, so I had a couple of honorable mentions. I'm just gonna name these off. The first one really, man, Wayne, you had to ruin it by putting real board games in here instead of card games. My first one, which really isn't, it's like borderline budget, but I've gotten so much play out of this game, and I absolutely love it. I bring it to me every convention I go to. I always bring this game, and this is Robo Trick. I've taught this to a lot of people. I would say that most people like it. It is a bit of a vicious game here, but it's a 3-player trick taker. I'm gonna see if I can get this up here. Robotrick. So 2020 game. It's the designer is Domi, and I'm not even gonna attempt the artist name. It says Decot Design, and this is a Korean game. I think it's Korean. Looking at the letters, it doesn't look Korean to me. Maybe Japanese? I'm sorry for butchering this. But anyway, Robotrick, I've talked about this many times before in the past. 3-player trick taker. The 4th player in the trick taker is a robot or an AI robot. And you deal in the robot along with everybody else. And the robot, like here, every robot, they have like 12 different cards for the robot, and each one gives a slightly different way that the robot is going to play. So this is weird with these symbols that they have up here. So I'm going to try and remember. Okay, so the blue one here is if the robot can play the suit. If the robot has a suit in its hand, in this particular place, in this particular one, it's going to play the low. Man, this is really weird. This isn't how I'm sorry, people. This is not how they normally are. Anyway, if typically, like, if the robot can play that suit, if they have that suit in their hand, they will play like the lowest card in that suit, or they could be playing the highest card in that suit. If they can't play that suit, then they would play, like for argument's sake, they would take the shortest row because you're putting all the suits in columns for the robot. So they may have like 1 blue, 3 red, 2 yellow, etc. You will take from the longest row and you'll play the highest card from that or the lowest card from that. And if they're leading, they will always play, the shortest row, highest card they may, put in there. But anyway, the way that you gain points in this game is if you beat the robot, if you win the trick, the cards here, each card has a different value. That's probably not the best picture for it, but each card will have a value under the actual card number itself. And you would get those points and positive points. The thing is that you're only allowed to win 3 tricks for that round. So once you've won your 3rd trick, any trick that you win over that, those points that come to you are negative points. So that could hurt you a lot in the game. Also, if you are playing against the robot and the robot wins the trick, whatever card you played comes back to you as negative points off to the side. So the inside joke that I always say is when you're playing this game, like, it's like who has the least negative points that's winning the game? Because I've seen people win this game with negative points. That's how brutal it can be. And the cool thing is that you know exactly what the robot is going to play, so you can kind of set things up. Now, I don't have all the strategies down in my head, but through the course of playing this so many times, I've gotten the hang of like, okay, maybe I do want to play this card for this hand and screw somebody else over that's already, like won their 3rd trick, or you're forcing somebody to win like a low point trick and they only get 1 point for that card, which is not great at all. But anyway, Robotrick is, I kind of went into detail on that one for an honorable mention. I'm not going to take that long on the rest of these, but the next one that was on my list is Space Park. I've discussed this one a lot also. This is a 2018 title by Henry Audubon, and the artist is Brian Edward Miller. This is like a $20 game, $22 game. I have played the crap out of this game, and I love teaching it. Some people get stuck on the movement. So here you can see the board, and the board is variable setup, which I like. And what you're trying to do is the person with the most points at the end of the game is the winner. I think it's the first one, the 21 triggers the end round of the game. But the 3 spaceships that are out here, they're on different locations. this is where people get stuck on this, and it's sometimes it's a little hard to get through. But where that spaceship is, you are going to take that action and then move the spaceship forward to the next clockwise to the next location that does not have a spaceship. Sometimes people get a little confused, like, do I move the ship first and then take the action? Or once they played it a couple of times, or once it's gone around a couple of times, then they get the hang of it. But you are you're collecting resources to purchase cards, to play cards in front of you. Some of the cards will give just straight up points. Some cards will also give you special powers. Like when you land on this space, you can also take this action from another space. I love this game. If you know how to play this and you're playing even with full player count, you can easily get a game of this done in 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. With the teach, you're probably looking at like 30 minutes. But this is a good filler. There are some people in my game group that don't care for this game, but poo on them. And I like it, so take that. Anyway, I think that's all I have for my honorable mentions. I thought I had one in my mind. I'm looking at my board games here. I think the only other one that I would have thrown in there that's an actual board game that I know you can get for real cheap that's been out for a while is Azul. Azul is one that some people live and die by this game. It's kind of crazy how much people love the original Azul. I like the original. There's there's 4 different versions now. I like the Summer Pavilion one, which has the diamond shape tokens, not tokens, but chips that you're pulling out of the bag. I like that one. I think the scoring is a little bit more involved, a little bit more strategy is involved. But the original one, man, people love that game. Let's hit the chat here. Oh, we got Smoogums out there. David, he says, I will call to annoy you soon, sir. Awesome. I would love for you to call and annoy me, because I'm getting ready to go to the next segment, but you are always welcome to call. Anybody's always welcome to call. Let's see here. Cody's chatting. Bloody N and Loaf, Castle Dukes for dexterity, and Cash and Guns for mind games. I've never played Cash and Guns, but I would agree with you. I do believe that's a budget game. Castle Dukes for dexterity. I've never played. I'm gonna pull that game up because you've piqued my interest here, Cody. What was this? Castle Dukes. This is a 2017 game. I'm looking at the cover. I've never seen this before. This is by Dominic Michael Huang, and the publisher, they don't have the artist here. Publisher is Medieval Lords. This almost looks like a self-published game. Castle Dukes. Whoa. This is okay, this could be, hey, this could be your budget game. I totally dig that. You are building some big things here, man. This reminds me of Rhino Hero. It probably isn't anything like that, but it reminds me of it because of the stacking. But this looks pretty cool. I'm going to have to look into this. Yeah, it looks like it comes with a lot. I would love to know. Let's see how much this game is going for. Well, there's one copy out there that is like new for $30. That's cool. A lot of other ones out there for a little bit more than that. But hey, if that's your budget, man, that's totally cool. The only one that I would have to disagree with you on is Bloody N, because it's out of print unless something has changed about it. That game is expensive, man, especially if you want the Carnies expansion. That's getting into little pricey territory for me, but if you are getting a lot of play out of it and that's what you consider budget or, whatever, awesome. I love that game. I haven't gotten that to the table in a very long time. Cody's saying here, Noble Knight has is that for Bloody N is $24? Whoa. Okay, so that is more budget than I thought. Maybe I overpaid for it then. I did get it with the Carnies expansion. But anyway, awesome, man. We are going to go to the next segment, which is games that I played since the last show. And like I said, it's been about a month since I did the last show. I have not gotten a lot of games played considering. Oh, this was the other one I was thinking of. We'll get to it when I mention the games that I've been playing. So I don't remember if I did a show before this, but I did a night of like Trick Takers with my friend Scott and a couple other people. And the one I'm not gonna mention all these games, but the one game that I love out of the games that we played, this is a game called Hen House, and it's a card shedder. It possibly a budget game. I'm not sure where you can buy it. I'm gonna pull this up and just kind of take a look while I'm talking about it. This is a card shedder 2025, and there's only like 2 pictures of this up there. Oh, okay, not too well. $25. It is a card game. I don't know if it's a US based card game. So, Hen House is a card shedder where I don't recall the numbers, but I'm going to give the general overview of this. There are going to be cards with brown chickens and brown eggs and white chickens and white eggs. And you are playing sets, or I think you can only play sets. No, you can play runs as well. So when you play a run, you could play like 4, 5, 6, or you could play 2 6s. Maybe it is only runs. I can't recall. But anyway, when you play the cards, you can play either all white cards, all brown cards, all chickens, or all eggs. So you could have like white and brown eggs as long as they're all eggs, and you could play like a set like that. Or you could play like only brown eggs and chickens. You could play a set like that. I absolutely love this game, and I may need to buy a copy of it because, again, it's just cards. You can take it anywhere. It does take a little bit to kind of wrap your head around it. If you can envision things like that and how you set your hand up does make a difference. You can see the cards here. I pulled it up on the screen. There's just something about this game that just clicks right with me, and I absolutely love this game. This is one of my favorite card shedders that's out there. So I played that. I'm not going to go into the other ones because we played like Down Up. I wasn't, thrilled about that. But anyway, back earlier this month, I met with Neon Gorilla. He has a YouTube channel way more popular than mine could ever be, probably. I would recommend looking him up. He's been doing a lot of interviews with people in the industry lately, and we met up and we played Realm of Reckoning, which is a new IV game, I believe. I'm not going to pull it up. I'm not going to get into anything. I'm not going to get into pulling up the website, but this was a fun game. There was a lot going on. Bidding going on with this, moving up tracks to give you voting power, card drafting as it goes around. Probably a game that I would like to play again. We're getting a call here. Hold on one second. Thanks for calling the One Mic, One Game podcast. Who do we have on the phone? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Mike, it's David calling from Los Angeles. Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Good.
You are calling in to bug me, or are you calling in to contribute to the night's topic, or both?
Oh, both, of course. I wouldn't dream of ruining your show, dude. It was funny. My wife and I were getting food, and she's like, I think I heard one of your other guests talking about like, oh yeah, Pan Am, I got it for $15. And
yeah,
my wife looked at me, she's all like, is that games can be that cheap? Do we just have expensive tastes? I thought you could get anything for like $50 or less. I'm like, no, they're out there. They're definitely out there.
Definitely, man. So what's in your collection, or which one would you recommend that is bang for your buck, like top of your list?
So for me, I think if you're going for bang for buck, unfortunately, it's gonna be a lot of card games and stuff. But for us, Cockroach Poker, I don't think I've taken it anywhere where people haven't loved it. Normies love it. My idiot family after 10 drinks love it. My gamer friends love it. I don't think it's ever fallen flat on its face. Even people that don't like lying enjoy the game just for the banter at the table and stuff.
Yep.
It's always a good time, and it's just such an easy game to just get to the table, teach, and start playing immediately. You don't even have to have a formal teach. You can just be like, What do you think? Do you think this person's lying or not? Or do you want to pass this off? Are you too scared? You know, it's very simplified decision space, but tons of table talk. And as you know, when we played earlier, I'm all about just fucking around at the table, having a good time with people, and getting them, you know, talking. You know, that's a game that should be
100%. Let me ask you a question about this game, because just for those that don't know, this is basically a bluffing game. There's like all these different types of insects and such on these cards, like frogs and bats and cockroaches and whatever.
Yeah.
So what you basically do is you take a card, you put it face down on the table, you slide it to somebody, you're like, this is a rat, you know, and they have to either call bullshit or, you know, if they call it correctly, then, you know, it goes in front of you. And this is a very high level overview. And then the game ends, I think, when you have 3 of 1 in front of you. Or no, you're trying to get rid of all the cards in your hand. But anyway.
Yeah, well, no, if you run out of cards, there's only one loser. So, or no, there's only one loser. So if you run out of cards, you lose. Or if you get a form of kind of an animal, you lose. Everyone else at the table wins.
There you go.
So, yeah. So it alleviates a lot of that pressure of like, you know, oh gosh, am I going to win or lose? Who cares? It's a quick game.
Yeah.
And then like our group now is just so insane. Every animal has a backstory. They're like, this is a frog that's in debt and he's looking for help.
I never even thought about that, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know, like, oh, wow, well, this is a rat, and he's pushing a miniature shopping cart. And when you see this card, you're going to know. And then sure enough, they'll look at it and start laughing because you're bluffing. You're telling the truth. It does look like a rat with a shopping cart. And now it leads to all these great stories. So everyone I teach it to will carry on those inside jokes and stuff. It's a great time.
The question I had is like, when you get, this happens all the time because I used to play this all the time with my kids. Like, you deal out all the cards and the first card that comes out of somebody's hand and you like slide it over and you're like, this is a rat. Everybody at the table just starts laughing because we all know it's like, this guy always bullshits us. You know, Morgan's always, you know, telling the truth, or Matthew is horrible at lying or whatever. It's just, it ensues laughter all the time with this game.
Yeah. It's one of those games where you build a reputation.
Yeah.
You play it the second time, you're like, this is a lie. I can never believe. I can't play social deduction games with my wife because she'll just be like, you're so suspicious. Even if I don't trust you no matter what. I was like, we barely started. The game hasn't even begun. She's
I
like,
concur.
You're already untouchable.
I concur with that statement. Yeah. Awesome, man. All right. So you got another one for me?
I'll have another one, but in a different vein.
Sure.
So again, my wife and I have a very different idea of what a cheap game is. But I will say I picked up a copy of this game off of Craigslist, and the story was just funny. But the game is 51st State. I don't even know if it's really that cheap, but the guy sold it to me for $15. But the backstory was like, my wife is leaving me. I bought these board games to get closer to her. I was hoping that this would bring us together. It didn't. Do you want to buy this for $15? And I was like, well, with a pitch like that, man, how can I say no?
That
dude?
sounds like a cockroach poker statement. You know, this rat
Yeah,
tried
to get rid of it. But yeah, easily one of my favorite games. You know, it's a card engine builder, you know, multi-use cards, asymmetric factions with a little bit of flavor in there.
Yep.
Post-apocalyptic theme. But yeah, I think, I don't know, retail, I don't know. Now there's like a Super Master Deluxe set. I don't even know if you can find the old one anymore.
Yeah. I'm looking here at the Master set. Very good condition stuff. I mean, like $25, you know?
Yeah.
So that's definitely budget for me.
Yeah, bang for buck. I'm like, I've played the crap out of that game. I don't think I've introduced it to anyone that didn't like it. And if they didn't like it, you know, they're not my friend, I wouldn't invite them back to play with me anyways.
I also concur. Yeah. No, this is a great game. I haven't played this in a long time, but I have it, and I have most of the expansions for it as well. Yeah, this is, I would say this, in my opinion, this is probably one of Portal's best game, top 2, top 3 game for me. That Portal put out.
easily.
Yeah.
The only thing that's annoying is the tongue-in-cheek rule book where they're like trying too hard to be funny. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you turned over, you're dead. I'm like, okay, just give me the rules, dude.
Just
Like,
give me the rules. Yeah. No.
just give me the rules. We're not writing literature here. Let's relax.
Yep. So anyway, yeah, this is a 2016 title put out by Portal Games, and the designer is Ignacy, who has done tons of games for Portal. He's like the face of Portal right now. So, but yeah, great artwork, great card play. I love this game. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
I think that's all I got for you, buddy. But it was a blast seeing you. What, it was like a month and a half ago? I don't even remember, dude. But
It's been a month since I streamed last, so you caught me at the right time. And it's always a pleasure talking with you, man. I can't wait to get another game in with you, hopefully soon.
yeah, no, we'll make something happen, dude. PAX or something, some event. I'm sure we'll make it happen again, buddy.
Absolutely,
But,
man. Good talking with you, David.
All right, have a good one, buddy.
Take
Bye.
care, man. See ya. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Getting some calls in. Thank you for calling in, Dave. Yeah. Let's hit the chats here and see what we got. Cody is saying here, I wish you could do the topic expensive great games that look super cheap and no production, as an example of Food Chain Mangate and John Company. I don't know about John Company, but I would 100% agree with you on FCM. That I don't understand how that game is so much money. You could also go down the list of GMT games, ones that don't have great production quality that are expensive at times. Oh, Sherlock is in the chat. Good seeing you again, buddy. He said 51st State is solid. I 100% agree. This is one of my favorites out there. It's and a lot of people's favorites, I would think, as well. Okay, so I was going through games that I've played since the last stream. Again, if anybody that wants to call in, we've got the number going down at the bottom there, 564-333-9433. If you're watching, give this a thumbs up. I'll subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and hopefully I can get over 60 subscribers at some time in my life. So anyway, I was talking about Realm of Reckoning that I played. We met at a local board game store, Zulu's, around here, and that game with the teach, it took a little bit of time, but we had a little bit of time left, and then I taught the three people. It was Neon Gorilla, David, his name is also David, his wife, and the guy that does Evil Inserts. I bought a game off of him a long time ago, but apparently David knew him, invited him. So if you ever see like a guy selling Evil Inserts, that's the guy. He's a super nice guy and does really good quality work with his 3D printing inserts. So I taught everybody Big Top, which could be considered a good budget game, bang for your buck. You can probably get it for around $20 with the non-upgraded components or the metal coins. But I love this game. It's a betting game. Most people that don't like betting games actually end up liking this one. I just noticed my light is right in the screen there. Oh, it's not. Anyway, that's a great game. I taught it. Everybody loved it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up buying it. So after that, I didn't get any games played until I landed in New Orleans. And our friends there wanted to, I should only say one of our friends there, Ellen, she wanted to play games. She doesn't get to play games very often with people like me. So I'm just going to go through these really quick. Taught her Lost Cities. We played that a couple of rounds. Taught Trio, another budget game that I would say gives you good bang for the buck. I've talked about Trio, and it's been mentioned by many other channels. And then I'll come back to this other one, but we also played Chronicles of Crime. Taught Ellen that, and her partner Aisha, who does not like playing board games, who are like, come on, you're going to love this game because there's tech involved in it. And she actually ended up liking it. We ended up playing one of the sessions where it has like 3 chapters to it. It's the one where the kid disappears and the babysitter was found dead in the park. If you know this one, the second chapter of that one gets super dark. Like when we got to that, we didn't get to it when I was there, but when I played it previously and we got to that, I was like, whoa, this just like, oh, it was dark. Anyway, we actually got 100% on that one. I totally forgot about it, but I tried not to give too much input as to what to do next. I just kind of taught the game and, kind of DM'd it, ran it. And we actually ended up getting 100%. I've never gotten 100% on any other round or, story of Chronicles of Crime. And then the last game that we played, which is one of my wife's favorite, is Three Sisters, which is a roll and write. Same people that did Fleet the Dice game and Motor City and French Quarter, I think is the other one that they've done. These are all like same size box type games, all roll and writes. But Three Sisters is like freaking combo-rific, man. I love this game. The one knock that my wife would give it is she can never remember all the things that she has lined up for all these combos and how to remember, like, oh yeah, I got 2 stars, which gives me 2 extra actions. It steamrolls very quickly when you get past like the midpoint in the game. So Three Sisters also could be considered a budget bang for your buck type of game. I think it's my favorite out of. I haven't played French Quarter. I would like to try that one, and I kind of got soured on Motor City, but I would put right now. I would put Three Sisters above Fleet the Dice game, but Fleet the Dice game is also a lot of fun. Anyway, all right, so that's pretty much the show. Unless somebody calls in here within the last few minutes, we've been going for this turned into a pretty decent show. About an hour and 20 minutes. Some things to go through here real quick, because I usually will go through the list here. So I want to thank Rob for calling in, giving his picks, Hanamakoji, and I'm trying to remember the other one. I didn't write these down, unfortunately. It'll come to me. Wayne dialed in. He gave Pan Am and Flip 7 was the other one. I'm going to list these off. Pan Am was Wayne's. I'm testing my memory here. And then we also had David call in. He had Cockroach Poker and 51st State. Everybody chose great choices. Also in the chat, some great suggestions in the chat as well. And with that being said, just reminding everybody to give this a subscribe, a thumbs up, the whole 9 yards, hit the notification bell, blah, blah, blah. And this is where we pick next week's topic, or next show's topic. I am actually going to attempt to make up some time, and I'm going to stream next week. So I'm not going to be on the typical first and third Tuesday of the month. I'm gonna try and go a few weeks in a row to kind of make up for the last month that I haven't been doing anything, been promising streaming and not. So next week's topic, which is going to fall on the 30th, June the 30th, last day of the month. That topic is going to be that one game you keep even though it never hits the table. And this could be a game that might have sentimental value to you. It could be a game that you just freaking love and you just don't have the group to play it with, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's going to be next week's topic. That one game you keep even though it never hits the table. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for calling in, making this a call-in show. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for hanging with me through the past few weeks where I've kind of been leaving you hanging. And Wayne's, that's a lot of games. Bang the Dice game. I'm going through some chats here real quick before I head off. Yeah, Cody said Bang the Dice game. That's another one. I also have that with the expansions. That's a great one for a good number of people at the table. Always get a lot of laughs out of that one. And Wayne said, yes, that's a lot of games. I agree. I don't know if he's talking about me trying to remember them or not. Anyway, thank you once again for sticking with me through this. I look forward to seeing you guys in the chat and calling in next week on the 30th when I do another impromptu show. And with that being said, thanks for sticking with me and happy gaming, people.